On May 26, 2025, officers were dispatched following reports of a hit and run. The suspect vehicle was later spotted in the drive-thru line at McDonald's.
Hey, so you're in this crash, yeah? Yeah, your car. So you need to come over here after so we can talk.
I don't know, he's taking a picture of me, I don't know.
Okay, yeah, well, just come over here after so we can talk.
Why would I talk to you?
Because reportedly you're in a crash, okay?
I didn't been to a crash, you can look at the car.
Okay, but we need to investigate that.
I mean, you can call, I don't care, you can call nobody, I don't care.
I'm telling you as the police that...
You can leave me at my house.
No, you're not free to go. So when you get through the drive-thru line, you need to come over here.
Well, why would I talk to you?
Because I'm investigating a hit-and-run crash. You're the suspect of that. I need to do a further investigation to figure out what happened, okay? So you are not going to be free to leave because we need to figure this out.
I mean, he can take my address. He has my address, so...
Here's the first major red flag. The officer clearly communicates that the driver is not free to leave, which legally means this is now a detention tied to an active investigation. But notice the suspect's attitude. He's dismissive, deflecting, and repeatedly questioning authority instead of complying. In legal terms, this is where things start to go south fast. Once an officer has reasonable suspicion in a hit-and-run case, refusing to cooperate can escalate into obstruction. So ask yourself, if you were in his position, would you stay and clear things up, or risk making it worse by walking away?
Okay, so when you go through the drive-thru, come over here so we can talk. Does that make sense?
Do I have to?
Yes.
Well, why?
I just explained that to you.
Yeah, but I didn't know that.
775. I'm at the McDonald's in Des Moines with the suspect driver's non-compliant. We'll take another priority.
No, but can I get one
Seven five. The driver's driving through the drive-thru. Told me he's not going to stay. He's going to go home. Oh, he told me that he was not going to stay in exchange on that. He was going to leave. Where did this happen at? Where did this happen? No, where did the crash happen? Where did the crash happen?
Oh, on the west side of Pack Highway in the left turn lane to go north.
Okay. Yeah, so you're going, west on KDM. Okay.
East on KDM.
Sorry, that's
we're on the west side, yeah.
We're on the west side. Okay.
All those
How did it happen?
Huh?
How did the crash happen?
We were stopped at the red light waiting for it, and we're sitting there talking, and all of a sudden, boom, we get hit. My daughter was driving, our friend, and then the two little grandkids are inside playing. So, I got out, I didn't hit you.
Okay. So he rear-ended you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Is there damage to your car?
My guess from prior accidents, it said probably a couple grand, because it's bent the bumper that supports behind them.
Is there any visible damage?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I was trying to get my phone hooked, and I'd walk back in with my phone. It came back, it already backed up. Then he went all the way over to turn right to go down south, and so I took a few pictures as best I could.
So did he ever give you his name, his address?
Best I got was, and then, because he wouldn't talk to me, I took a side mirror, just folded it in. So, pay attention over here. Then he got mad that I touched the side mirror.
Okay.
Ready to get out and kick my ass. So I started walking over, trying to get the phone to go to record mode. So.
Yeah. Okay.
Why are you walking away? I'll knock you out.
Hey, so you gotta park.
I know that.
Okay. So park your car.
Thank you.
And just like that, it escalates. The moment the suspect tries to leave despite being told he's detained, this situation shifts from investigation to active resistance. Legally, this is huge. Officers now have grounds to physically intervene because the suspect is ignoring lawful commands. What's interesting is how quickly things spiral: one decision, one refusal to listen, and suddenly we're heading toward handcuffs. This is a textbook example of how noncompliance can transform a minor incident into a serious legal situation. But here's the big question. Did he panic? Or did he think he could actually get away?
775, you can open the air. The suspect's complying now. Hey, dude. Hey.
Oh, wait.
Stay here. So you're not free to leave, as I explained to you.
What are you trying to do, sir?
So, Listen.
Okay.
This is not. So stop.
Okay,
This is not that big of a
walking
deal.
away.
No, you're not going back in the car.
I'm not going in. My son is in here.
Okay, leave them there.
Why?
And take your hand out of your pocket.
But why?
Okay, you're gonna go in hand. You're going in handcuffs. Put your hands behind your back.
No.
Hey,
Listen,
They're trying to put me nothing.
I know. I don't.
Get on the ground or you're gonna get tased.
Just
You
can
shot
you
me.
just
Shoot
listen?
me.
I'm not gonna, I don't wanna shoot
Hey,
you. Get on the ground or you're gonna get tased.
Why would I listen?
Oh, you got the 10?
yeah.
Hey, can you
Get on the ground. You're going in handcuffs. He already told you that.
what?
Right now at this time, you're resisting and
You're
obstructing.
under arrest.
Hey.
You're under arrest
Hey.
obstruction.
babe,
You need
just
to.
shut the f up and
Miss, can you
listen.
step back, please? I
I'm
understand.
trying to
face that way,
calm
man.
you down.
Step on back. Put your hands behind your-
Okay,
Stop.
okay, hold on.
Get on the ground. Get on the ground.
Hey, my son is a babe. Just listen. Babe, just listen.
Okay.
Put your hands behind your back. Hands behind your back. If you want to get your kid now, you can.
Here, I got another one.
You got that on video? You hit me?
Yeah, you can't fight the police.
Yeah, you cannot. You fucking idiot. Do you understand that?
There we go. I got them in the back of my car. We're probably gonna need them. Okay. Here, you need more cups or what? Yeah. There you go. I got cups. Okay.
Well, why you hit me?
1427. We
Why you
have
hit
one in
me?
custody.
Why you hit me?
Take another seat, please.
Well, why did you guys hit me? I didn't have nothing. I don't have nothing. I don't have nothing. Why you hit me?
All right.
Yeah, they got it.
But you guys still hit me. I didn't
Hey,
do
right
nothing.
now you're in custody, okay? We're gonna read something to you, but we want to make sure that you're not injured.
Yeah, but you guys hit me. But I don't
I'm gonna kind of
understand
hold you up here so you're not on your face, okay?
Here,
you guys
we're gonna
still
sit you up on your butt. You
that.
ready?
You guys still hit me.
Sit up on your butt. There
Why
we go.
you hit me?
I slapped you in the face, sir, because you weren't paying attention.
Yes, you're supposed
You
to
weren't
listen.
you
That's
were
the
doing what we
problem.
were telling you
Listen.
to.
Yeah, but
And that's
you
why you
guys
got
did it.
slapped,
You guys
and that's
did
why
it.
you got tased, sir.
I don't care about
There's
the
a
tape.
sergeant right there. if
Just
you have
be
any
quiet. Just shut your mouth.
Oh, so now I got bleed.
This is the breaking point. Officers are now issuing clear, repeated commands. Get on the ground, stop resisting, and the suspect still isn't complying. At this stage, legally speaking, the officers are authorized to use reasonable force to gain control. And yes, that includes tasers or physical strikes if necessary. What stands out here is the suspect's confusion. He keeps asking why. But from the officer's perspective, the why has already been explained multiple times. This moment highlights a critical truth. Once you resist, the situation is no longer about the original incident. It's about your behavior in that moment.
Yeah, we'll get the fire department to clean you up before you go to jail, okay? You're under arrest now for resisting arrest.
Yeah, that's what happened. All you gotta do is just listen.
Let's
I don't
stand
know
up.
why you
We
guys
can-
are arresting me. I'm already.
Let me pull my card.
What's the
right here.
sergeant?
Right here. She's right here, next to you.
So I'm already pulling over. So I don't know why you guys do me like that. I'm
Do you
ready
guys have
to
your code
cover.
books on you?
I'm already a couple.
Hey, I want to talk to you about it, but I got to read this to you because you're in handcuffs, you're in custody, okay?
But I don't have a warrant.
I understand. So you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in a court of law. All right, so the reason why that happened is I understand that you pulled over, but the officers are telling you to do something and you're not doing it.
But I'm already listening to him to pull over. I pull over.
And they're telling you, and they're telling you to do something, so that's what happened. And then you're actively trying to fight my officers.
I didn't try to fight them.
Yeah, you lowered your
Yes, you
body.
did.
You did. They're giving you a lawful order to take your hands out of your pockets. Okay? And you refuse to do that.
And you pulled away from him when he said we were going to put you in handcuffs. That's what
Yeah.
led to all this together,
So
sir.
You
that's
would've
what
never went to
Okay.
jail, bruh.
Understandable.
they were investigating a hit and run collision with you as a driver. So that's why we are here.
Probably this
You
one.
did not cooperate with that investigation.
But you told
Okay?
me to pull over, but I pull over.
Yeah, but you don't listen.
So right
Okay.
now you are in custody
Can I get up?
for resisting arrest.
We'll both just have you sit here for a second, man. The fire department's always here. They're going to take a look at that leg and get it cleaned up, okay?
Yeah, can I get up, please?
Yep, we're going to help
Would
you
you
up.
prefer to stand up?
You gotta roll up on your knee.
No, you want to get up, please?
That's how you get up.
Up and then.
Sorry, I'm not like that.
That's okay. That's all right.
You want to take a seat on the pit bar right here?
You want to sit on the front of the
Can you
car?
pull my foot up?
Stay right here. I understand, but you're going to stand over here. You're going to listen to us, okay? You understand? I've talked to you, and now you're going to listen to us.
I'm gonna listen. Do I take out bail bond?
Thank you.
The jail will handle all that.
Because I just want to know if I'm gonna get locked up so I can get bail.
You're going to jail. You're going to go to Kent jail.
Okay.
Can I get
Are you coming here?
bail so I can?
You can contact her once you get to the jail. If you need us to write a phone number down, we can do that. But right now, our primary thing is we're going to have the fire department come and check you out. We're going to clean up your leg.
Can you like at least help me out? Let me a warning or something? I just want
A warning? No. You actively resisted our officers. You're not getting a warning.
Yeah, but I didn't resist when he told me to pull over.
When did you have your last drink?
I just woke up.
What's that?
I didn't drink.
Now we're seeing the aftermath, and this is where things become very clear legally. The officers explained that the arrest wasn't just about the crash. It was about resisting and failing to follow lawful orders. This is crucial. Even if the original hit and run was minor, the added charge of resisting arrest significantly raises the stakes. The suspect keeps insisting he was trying to pull over. But in the eyes of the law, partial compliance isn't enough. You either follow commands or you don't. So let me ask you, does his explanation hold up, or is it just too little, too late?
You haven't had any alcohol today?
I smell like alcohol, yeah?
You smell some alcohol.
The alcohol on my shirt.
It was poured on your shirt?
Yeah.
Interesting. Would you be willing to consent to a voluntary field sobriety test? No? Are you willing to consent to a preliminary breath test that wouldn't replace any test? Okay. No, none of that? Okay.
I want my lawyer though.
Yeah. You want your lawyer? Okay. So you don't want us asking further questions about your lawyer?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What's your last name?
I need my lawyer though.
We got to know your name, okay?
I'm not gonna give you my name.
You're not going to give your name?
You've been locked up with John Doe and
Yeah, John Doe.
It makes things take a little longer.
I was on the phone with my husband the whole time driving here. There was nothing that happened. Like,
Were you in a different car?
no.
Oh,
I live down the street. Literally, like down the street.
Were you in that
No.
car? Oh,
I was
okay.
on the phone with him the whole time.
Okay.
And like he would have told me or something, you know, but
Yeah, so there was a hit and run collision that happened right up there.
I know, but which way? Like coming from this way or
It
that
was
way?
going that. It was. I don't know.
Oh,
I don't
sir?
know. I don't
Where
know
did he
for.
hit you at?
Justin, it's not on the way.
No, he won't give his name.
Because I can tell you, if he's coming from a different way, my husband's coming the other way. That's bullshit. That's why I want to know which way he's coming from. Because we live down the street.
I know all of us trying to talk to you. What's your husband's first name?
What's wrong? What is your major complaint?
I have a headache.
Okay. What would you like me to do about that?
Was she the only one in the car?
No, I was sitting in the front, and our mutual friend is in the back seat, and the two grandbabies. So there are 5 of us in there.
Okay. Whoever has IDs will take. Okay.
But if you have any other questions, he's going to go to Kent jail.
Yeah.
So he can give you a call from there.
Well,
Okay?
would he be able to have a bail today or?
That's a good question. He might. It just depends on what his level of cooperation is once he gets there. Honestly. So. All right.
That's his problem. He don't know how to listen.
Yeah. So. All right. Thank you for trying to get him to do that. So.
We were sitting at Kent Des Moines Road on this side, because I don't know north from south, so this side.
Okay.
We were sitting at the red light. We had pulled up right as it turned around.
Now things take another serious turn, DUI suspicion. The officer notes the smell of alcohol, and this is where the investigation deepens. When asked to perform field sobriety or breath tests, the suspect refuses. Legally, that's his right, but here's the catch. Refusal can be used against you and often leads to stronger actions, like obtaining a warrant for a blood draw. And that's exactly where this is heading. So while he might think he's protecting himself by refusing, he may actually be digging a deeper hole. What would you do in this situation? Comply and risk failing, or refuse and face the consequences?
So we're sitting there for a really, really, really long time.
Okay.
They had the other car had pulled up behind us. I had seen it. They were stopped. We were chatting.
Is this car like?
Yes,
Okay.
this car. We were chatting for a few minutes, and then all of a sudden we were jerked forward, indicating that we'd been hit from the back.
Okay.
So,
Alrighty.
After the crash happened, he asked, "Did we just get hit?" And I went, "Yes." And he got out of the car to talk to the driver and get information from them, like pictures and whatever.
Yeah.
And they proceeded to back up, and I thought,
So you personally didn't speak with the other
I did
driver?
not
Okay.
interact with them at all. My head, they were backing up to maybe like pull off to the side of the road with us, but they cut across to the right-hand turn lane, and That's when my dad
And then
chased after or whatever happened. I couldn't see fully because there was 2 cars in between us.
Okay.
But somehow the vehicle stopped, and I saw him taking photos, and then my dad was walking down the sidewalk when the driver of this vehicle got out and started to chase after, or indicated that he was going after him. And then that's when I was like, I'm going to call 911, because at that point I had felt escalated to the point that maybe something could have potentially happened.
Okay, alrighty. He smells like of alcohol. He refused. His wife said he was drinking last night. He said he was drinking last night. He refused any type of test. They're not cooperating, obviously. But I think that's enough. The blood warrant you have, the collision itself makes no sense. A normal driver wouldn't do that. Yeah. And then you have the odor of alcohol. And I did notice he was a little unstable on his feet over here.
Okay. Sorry, I had to close that door because we're moving, okay? So, my name's Officer Castro. Everything's on video recorded, okay? I understand they read you your rights and you don't want to talk to us about anything right now, okay? I'm just going to let you know what's going on, alright? So, right now you're under arrest for DUI, okay? So, the part of the process is we're going to be going to the Kent jail. I'm going to contact a judge and get a blood search warrant to get a sample.
And just like that, the full picture comes together. What started as a suspected hit and run ended with multiple charges: DUI, resisting arrest, and fleeing the scene. The blood test ultimately confirmed alcohol in his system, reinforcing the officer's suspicions. This case is a powerful reminder of how quickly situations can escalate when cooperation breaks down. One decision to ignore lawful orders can snowball into life-altering consequences. So what do you think? Was this outcome justified, or did things go too far? If you found this case as shocking as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns.
Okay? So I just want to be as transparent as possible and let you know what's going on, alright? So I'm just going to put the seatbelt on.
Oh, it's not going to work.
Oh, they already tried it? Okay.
I tried to max it out.
Okay, alright. So, understood. Alright, I'm going to close this door, okay? Just watch your leg, alrighty? Alright.
The man was taken to the hospital for a blood draw, which confirmed the presence of alcohol in his system. He was charged with DUI, hit and run, and resisting arrest.